All right, y'all. So this is a diagram about seeing the end from the beginning. And the main thing I want you guys to get from this presentation is that seeing the end from the beginning is ultimately the finish line. It is where you want to be in life. It's not some material thing. It's not like I'm seeing the Lamborghini that I want and I'm taking the steps in life to get the Lamborghini that I want. It's ultimately becoming someone new. Like that's the stuff that I want you to get out of this. So we'll just jump right into it because I don't want this to be too long, but you are going to have to actually become someone. And in this is going to be productive dissatisfaction. You have to be okay with being simultaneously content with the present moment while maintaining tension towards your ultimate destination. Like you know that you have an end goal. You have an end goal in mind that you want to get to. So you have to be okay with where you are in the present moment. Because if you're not okay with where you're at in the present moment, then you're going to be constantly overwhelmed with the thoughts of where you're at. And it's not going to allow you to ever get past the wall of getting to where you want to be. So you have to be okay with being in the present moment and maintaining where your ultimate destination is getting you to. So that is going to require you to have three different types of awarenesses. One being present state inventory. How did you get here? Like be aware with the current situation and where you're at today. How in the world did you get there? What happened? Like, did something happen within your family that got you to a certain point? Did something happen with some friends that got you to this point in life? Like, or was it all on you? Like, use the pain that you've experienced within life and the stuff that you have overcome within life that you've gotten to, or that has gotten you to this point where you're at, and start asking yourself, like, how did I get here? And how can I use this to fuel me to get to where I want to get to? And takes me into my next awareness point: future state architecture. Like, how are you thinking now? Are you building the life in your mind that you want to get to, or no? Like, you have to start thinking about these things in a completely different manner. Like, I'll give you an example. So when it comes to literally visualizing this stuff, like, you have to put yourselves in the shoes of who you want to become. Like, the past 2 months, I've wanted to become a USA bobsledder. So I've been putting myself in the position of a USA bobsledder. I will literally spend moments in my day where I will close my eyes and I will literally just think about myself in the tube, like in the bobsled, going with my team, like doing the things that I need to do in order to win a gold medal. Because if I want to be a world champion, then I need to start thinking about being a world champion now. Like, yes, I'm not that, but I need to start thinking like a world champion, and that is going to take world champion thoughts. Like, it's a little bit different when if you ask the guy from that's working at McDonald's right now if he's thinking about being a world champion, he's probably going to look at you and say, "What?" Like, 99% of people aren't already thinking about who they want to become. So if you can think about who you want to become, where you are at in your present moment, not just like saying I wish, like I wish I can become this person, I wish I could do this. No, like it's about thinking about being that person already, putting yourself in their shoes. Like, if you want to drive a Lamborghini, put yourself in a freaking Lamborghini and drive it. Like, go and drive that bitch. Like, it's not hard. Like, doesn't mean that you literally have to go drive it now. Like, just visualize yourself driving it. And then one day it's going to happen. So when you get there, you've already done it before and it's not even overwhelming in the moment. So right now I'm thinking, like, yeah, I'm going to be a world champion. I'm going to be a USA bobsledder. I'm going to win a gold medal. So when I get to that moment and they're putting the gold medal around my neck, or I'm in the tube, it's not overwhelming that moment, and I can be very calm and just be okay with where I'm at because I've been there before already. So That's the stuff I want you to start thinking about now. Like, start picturing and building the life that you want to build in your mind already. So when you get there, it's not overwhelming in the moment and you've already been there because you've been thinking about this for the past few years. So, next, bridge dynamics. Like, what problems are you solving? Bridge the gap. Like, the stuff that's gotten you to where you're at today, the problems that you have faced today, realize those problems, fix those problems, and then face them. So you can start taking those steps to get to where you want to get to, which is your end goal. Like, it's there's problems that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that are very minor, and then there's problems that we deal with that are very major. So you have to start addressing the problems, the minor problems that you go through on a day-to-day basis and the major problems that you go through on a day-to-day basis, and then start shedding those problems and start literally dissecting those from your life. Like, whatever it is, if it's family stuff, if it's friends, if it's work, whatever it is, start dissecting it and shedding it from your life so you can move forward, because you know that you're called for so much more. So why even let that stuff hold you back? Why let problems hold you back? People that are successful, yes, they have problems, but they're not problems that hold them back and weigh them down. They're problems that they can deal with and move on. Like, we live in a generation now where we let problems hold us down forever. And we let stuff just literally just tug on us and never let us move. And we just like, we're okay with it. Like, start dissecting those and cutting those from your life and getting rid of it. Like, I've literally lost friends from this because I am thinking on a completely different level than all my freaking friends. So, because I'm thinking on a completely different level, I have literally had to cut off friends, like leave friends behind, because I know where I'm going is so much higher than where my friends are. And that's just something you're going to have to be okay with. Like, if you're not okay with that, then you're not going to move. Like, simple facts. If you're not okay with that, you're not going to get to your end goal, because not everyone in your life has the end goal that you have in your life. And you are naturally going to gain more friends along the journey that have very like-minded goals that you have. So, in that case, you're really not losing. Like, if anything, your friend is losing because he's losing a very valuable connection that could be you. So, next, we start getting to the identity shift principle. You are becoming someone. Like, literally, you are becoming someone different. This is what I was trying to touch on in the beginning. It's not a material thing, seeing the beginning from the end, like seeing the Lamborghini or seeing the house on the beach from the beginning. Yes, it's putting your, like, picturing yourself doing that, putting yourself in that picture, but it's not that. It is ultimately becoming someone new, becoming a completely different person than who you were 2 to 3 years ago. Like, just think, if you were to get to a certain moment in your life, you were to get to the moment where you're at or where you want to be at in life, would that person who you want to become probably associate themselves with the person that you are right now? Probably not. So, because that's the case, you have to start thinking like them. Because if you're not thinking like them, then you never will become them in a lot of senses. Like, they have a lot of knowledge, they have a lot of wisdom. Those people, they have a lot, and you don't have as much. So they are not going to be willing to probably come down to your level to satisfy you. Like, you have to start becoming that person already. So it's not something that you like need help from. Like, you have to just start literally shifting your identity into becoming that person already so you can walk that walk day by day and not have to live a completely different life here in 2 to 3 years, because you are already living that life today. So it can look completely different. Like, you can literally make that shift in a day. You can be one person and then be a completely different person the next day, but your bank account have nothing to do with the change that you made. What's going to make you different is being one person today and then becoming another person one day, or really being one person one day and then being the same person 2 to 3 years later and your bank account being completely different. Like that is going to be the shift that you need to make. So start thinking about the person that you want to become that person already, and then live out that life the way that you want to live it out until you ultimately become that person, and then stay the same. Like be that person, be the most authentic version of that person. And that leads me into the next point of compound effects. Like most people underestimate what they can actually achieve in a month. Like you'd be surprised of like people literally message me and they're like, TJ, I lost 10 pounds in a month. I lost a percent of, or I lost 2% of body fat in a month. Like, yeah, you'd be surprised of the stuff that you do on a day-to-day basis and the daily habits that you can implement in your life that will drastically change you in a month. Like drastically change you. So it's the daily habits and the 1 to 3 behavior changes that will drastically change someone's trajectory in life. Like I just said, like this stuff will change your life. And yes, it can happen a month, but just imagine what you can do in a couple of years, and I'll get to that. But this shift this will shift the concept you have about yourself and ultimately create momentum. Like if you shift just the behaviors that you have on a day-to-day basis and make one goal in your day and just have a couple daily habits that you accomplish in your day, you will become a completely different person by the end of the year. Completely different person. You will think different. You will act different. People will start realizing that there's a difference in you because something has changed in you. Like when someone has just done the same thing every single day of their life, because you can visit them 1 year and go and see them 2 years later and they're doing the exact same thing. They're still working the same job. They're still living in the same house. They're still wearing the same freaking clothes, the same freaking shoes they were wearing 2 years ago. Like nothing has changed about them because nothing in their day has changed. Like their day looks the exact same every day because they're floating. Floating is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you to the finish line. Floating is going to just keep you going up and down, having good days, having bad days, having good days, having bad days, and just not really succeeding in life and just constantly going up and down. Like we have to constantly just do this and just rise and just rise. Like, yeah, sure, you might have a down day, but that down day is never going to affect where you were here because everyone is here. If you were here and then you have a down day, now you're here. Now you can keep going. Now you're here and just keep going. Like these are compound effects. So that leads me to my next point, shifting your timeline horizon. Most people operate on a seasonal schedule. Winter, summer, fall, spring. Like that's what people operate on. Like what are we doing this summer? What are we doing this fall? You have to start operating on a 2 to 3 year system, a 2 to 3 year timeline. If you are not working on a 2 to 3 year timeline, then it's going to be really hard to appreciate the moments that you can actually grow in life. Like, yes, 90 days is super important when it comes to completely changing your life, but it's a matter of where you can get to after that 90 days that you've completely changed your life in the last 2 years that you really spend on perfecting that life and where you can get to. So, thinking transformationally is saying, I wonder what my life can look like in 2 to 3 years if I start implementing these daily habits. So, if you start implementing these daily habits and if you start appreciating the smaller moments, that will help you actually grow instead of just kind of sit in this unappreciative life that you have for yourself, if you are catching my drift. So it's more about, not being so stressed on your life, like having to accomplish all these big certain goals in the span of 90 days and having very micro goals that lead up to a ultimate goal of where you can get to. Like that's the process that I'm in right now, and accomplishing these daily micro goals that are leading me up to my main ultimate goal. So these are daily habits. These are daily goals that I'm doing, daily things I'm writing down. You have to shift your timeline horizon from seasonal to yearly. Start thinking like that. Authenticity filter. Ensure your vision aligns with your goals. Your goals. I'll give you an example here. Like, my dad was a third generation head football coach, and my entire life I was basically being geared to be an NFL football player. So from the time that I can remember, I wanted to be an NFL athlete. Like, that was a predestined goal that I had, but it was kind of directly correlated from who my dad was. But it wasn't something that like I didn't enjoy. Like, that really got me going. Like, and it's going into my next point here, which I'll just say, like, your journey will be energizing rather than depleting. And because that was my journey and going to the NFL and being an NFL running back, it was energizing to me. And I had fun. Like, I knew that I was going to the NFL one day. So the predestined destination of where I was going to be made where I was at fun. Like, it made high school football fun. It made college football fun because I knew that I was better than everyone, and I knew that I was going to dominate, and I knew where I was going. I knew where I was going to be here in 5 years in high school. I knew where I was going to be in 5 and 6 years. I knew I was going to be in the NFL. So I just enjoyed the moment of where I was at, and enjoyed like literally kicking people's ass back in high school. That was fun. So you have to ensure that your vision aligns with your goals. And my vision going to the NFL aligned with my goals. So, yeah, kind of got sidetracked there, but I really want you to make sure that your vision aligns with your goals, not your family's goals, not your friends' goals, not the goals that you think the world has for you. Like, aligns with your goals. If you can think about this and turn this into a reality, then it's going to happen. Like, there's a part within our reticular activating system when you think about something that becomes a reality that you can reach as long as your thoughts that take over are taking the steps to actually get to that thought. Like, our not, I shouldn't say our thoughts, but our actions, our daily actions that we're taking are taking steps towards that thought. So our reticular activating system is literally working in a way that's replacing the thoughts that we used to have about ourselves, replacing the positive thoughts about ourselves, and now we are implementing the actions that are derived from our heart to get to that person, to get to that certain spot that we want in life. And it's taking over our life and getting us to our end destination here, and getting us to the finish line so that we can literally win in life. Like, that is the end goal. Like, we all want to get to be a different person in life. Like, there's a lot of people who want to be people. People want to be influencers. People want to be professional athletes. People want to be entrepreneurs. But a lot of people aren't willing to take the steps to get there. And a lot of people aren't even visualizing themselves already in the moment, already putting themselves in their shoes. And if you can put yourselves in the shoes of that person already, then you're already ahead of 99% of the population. Already ahead of them. So that's kind of the main message that I want you guys to understand here when it comes to seeing the beginning from the end. And if you can see the finish line, if you can see this destination from this spot right here, all the way back here, then you've won. You've won. Like, you have done it. You have succeeded. Because now all you have to do is fill in the freaking gap here. And this is the easy part. Like, this right here, these are all the goals that you're taking, all of the daily actions you're doing every single day, or what you're doing on the weekend that you've changed, all of these little tic tacs and marks that you've taken, steps that you've taken to just get here to the end. And once you've gotten to the end, you have a new end. you've started again. Like you have another beginning. And for me, that is every year. Every year I start at the beginning and I have an end destination. And that's just the way I operate. I operate on a year basis. What can I accomplish in this year? That's how a lot of people operate. But for me, that's what works. If that's not what works for you, then don't use that. Like use something else. But you have to be able to see yourself in the beginning and take the daily steps, take the daily actions it takes to get to the end so you can be content with your life. Because the main reason you're sitting in this spot right now and you're asking yourself and you're setting these goals or you're watching this video is because you're in this spot in the beginning and you want to get to the end, but you just don't know how. And for you, that's on you to figure out. Like, I always tell people, like, not everyone is here just to save you. A lot of people think that, like, someone's going to save them, which is not the case. Like, you need to figure it out, and no one is here to save you. Like, I will tell you personally, no one is here to freaking save you. Like, you are on your own. So if you want to get to the finish line and you want to freaking win in life, then you need to start like implementing the daily actions and the daily habits in your life that are going to help you win. If your daily actions and your daily habits aren't winning actions and winning habits, then it's not going to create a winning future. If your habits are losing habits and loser mentality focus, then you're going to have a loser future. It's just how it correlates. Like people think this life thing is so hard, but if you can just start like thinking a little bit different than just like the common person thinks, then you will have a much more successful end than all these other people. Like this is not hard stuff. So, yeah, this is really it. This is what it really takes to see the end from the beginning and literally putting yourself on the track in the blocks, seeing the checkered black and white and just waiting for the gun to go off. So as soon as it goes off, you're on a dead sprint towards that finish line and there's nothing that can freaking stop you because you're going to win and you're going to start taking the daily steps and the daily actions to get there. And everyone to your right and left can get left in the dust if they want to try and stop you. That's the mentality that you have to start taking on.